guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for subscribing and liking the video. This is Mimi and we're gonna do a get ready with me today. Let's go. Today is such a busy day, it's crazy. I've moved, Mondays are usually really busy, so I moved filming to Tuesdays and then uploading to Wednesdays. I don't know if you guys have caught on to that, but anyways. So I'm just gonna start with my makeup, kind of get ready. I'm gonna be going on Instagram Live at my Instagram at mimilangley.com. I like to do lives every once in a while, and I'm gonna be going live. I actually announced it this time, which is crazy because normally I just kind of like impromptu. But I'm gonna be going live in a few hours. So I'm gonna put the makeup on. I got things I need to film for the Bride Academy. So today's just been kind of a busy day. I haven't eaten anything yet. I have drank about 2 cups of coffee, black, because I do intermittent fasting. I have a fitness class tonight. I usually work out Monday through Friday, as you guys know, and I enjoy it so much. I take fitness classes, and it's just like so amazing to let someone else be in charge of like my routine. You know what I mean? Like you go in and you like you don't have to think about anything. You go in and they literally make you sweat. So that has been exciting. But anyways, I'm gonna do a get ready with me while we're talking about keto, talking about weight loss, giving my advice, my tips. I've never really done like a get ready with me. Like I have put makeup, getting ready with makeup into my videos, but it's never really just been like a get ready with me, let's chit chat kind of a video. And I was just like, you know what? We're all women. Let's just do this. I'm wearing like my Eminem shirt. I saw Eminem and Rihanna in concert in LA. They had like only selected dates, and I'm like, this was years ago, and I told my husband we need to go, and it was like seriously one of the best concerts I've ever been to. So yes, I hope they go on tour again. I would love that. So right now I'm just going to start off with my daily moisturizer from ROC, R-O-C. It has SPF built into it, and I honestly really like it. It's supposed to be like an anti-aging kind of skincare line. I put 3 pumps. I guess let's just start talking about keto and like what's going on with like my weight loss journey, and like it's just nuts, you guys. Like just reflecting. I like to do a lot of reflecting. Like that's just I like to do it. And I have a journal, and I love keeping a journal because honestly it's the best way to reflect, not just looking at pictures, but like actually reading what you wrote and what your thoughts were at the time. And I came across this journal entry that I'm going to talk about during my live, but it was like a month before I started keto, and it was just basically like you know, I was really just so down on myself, and I was just like in a rut. I was in a horrible eating cycle, and you know, finding keto really like has saved my life. Like it's pretty crazy, but that's how Whole30 was too. Like these types of ways of eating where it is more about the science of your body than anything else, like that's what I like, you guys. I figured out like that's what's the difference, you know? I mean, obviously you can eat everything, you know, in moderation, but I like the fact that food is so powerful that like they each have their own like weapons of defense, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. So anyways, I like this way of eating for that reason alone. Same reason why I liked Whole30, because Whole30 was an anti-inflammatory way of eating. So they didn't want you to eat foods that are known to cause inflammation. So that's what I loved about Whole30. But with keto, it's about getting your body into, you know, fat fighting mode. I like to spray Mario Badescu. This is also a sample version. I got it at Nordstrom for $5, Nordstrom rack for $5, but it's just like one of those like water sprays for your face. I have my foundation, which I'm thinking about trying a new one, but I've been using this for like ever. The L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I'm in the color, I don't have the lid. Oh, I'm in the color Warm. This also has an SPF built into it. Can you tell I'm an SPF freak? So anyways, I can't see you guys. So I wet my sponge. Love sponges if you're doing liquid foundation. Love it. Really just put some droplets on here. So keto, let's talk. So funny. So I have a few friends that are doing keto. They kind of started when I started, because we kind of made this pact, like let's do keto together. And actually last week, my mom's boyfriend, he wants to see what keto is all about. So he contacted me, and we are like not like we you know, we talk like in passing, like if I'm talking with my mom, like on FaceTime, like hey, like, you know, in the background or whatever, but we never really like have conversations on the phone, you know, together, alone, you know what I mean? So anyways, it's been like a nice bonding experience with him, because I love him so much. He's so awesome. But it's just so funny. He calls me his, you know, health coach, his keto coach. And I always like think about that. I'm like, I wonder if people consider me like, if they go to me for like easy meal inspiration, because I try to make whatever I do as easy and convenient as possible, you guys, because that's just the way I am, you know? Like if I'm gonna cook something, I don't want it to be extravagant. Like that's just not the way I am. If I want something extravagant, I go to a restaurant. Like that's just how I am, you know? And I'm not a bland eater, but I can get away without all the sauces and things like that. And I'm very lucky that my husband is the same way. He contacted me and he's like, oh my gosh, we need to talk about keto. Obviously he doesn't use those words, but I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's talk about keto. And like, it was just kind of like amazing to see how far I've come personally in my own journey as far as knowledge and what's worked and what hasn't worked. And I look back at like my first video, like literally the first day I did keto, I vlogged it and I'll put it below. But I mean, a lot of that stuff I show you guys, I still eat to this day. You know, it's like staples to have in your keto pantry. Like, you know, I told him everything I buy, everything I eat on like all the time. I gave him like I usually post on my Instagram, so I sent him pictures of my recipes. And like, it was just like really fun to like see someone else get so excited about it, but he was also so nervous. Like, I think that's happened to me too. Like when you start something, especially like something like keto, you get kind of overwhelmed. Like you're thinking, keto is so complicated. Like I can't do it. All right. This hair is getting way too long. Okay. I think it looks okay. It's really hard when you can't see and you do makeup and you're like, I really should get like a closer mirror, but we'll just cover a little bit. I just really want this for filming. I like to put makeup on when I film, well, most of the time. But especially for like the Bride Academy, I like to put makeup on. It's just so interesting to me because I overcomplicated keto when I first started. Like I feel like I did that. And I know a lot of people who are just getting into it, they probably feel overwhelmed too. So I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, like I see where he's coming from. I'm not judging him. The Shape Tape, I'm in the color light medium. And I'm not really an under eye kind of concealer girl. I literally just conceal like my acne and stuff. So I don't really get too many dark circles under my eyes. So, but if you do, oh my gosh, you're good. I might just put a little bit for fun. There we go. This is like the best concealer in my opinion. So, okay, so anyway, so he was feeling overwhelmed. He was doing so much research, and I think doing so much research on keto will drive you insane because, you know, everybody has their own interpretation of keto and like, you know, their own tips and tricks. And for me, it's like, from what I've learned for doing it so many months, literally keto is about watching your carb content and making sure you get enough fat. That's what keto is. That's what I told him. I said, don't overwhelm yourself. Like, don't count calories. Don't, you know, at first, like if you want to down the road, like if you're like, okay, let's change it up a little bit, then okay. Keto is different for every single body. Seriously. You know, it took me a long time to get where I am. And for some people that do keto, they can lose 30 pounds in 30 days. I mean, it's pretty insane, you know? But if you have a history, and I told this to him, I said, if you have a history of, you know, yo-yo dieting, you know, yo-yo dieting wrecks our metabolisms, you know what I mean? And it's just about repairing what we've wrecked before we actually see that weight loss. I think at this point in my life, I'm still considered keto because I am doing the low carb, higher fats. But I'm not obsessing over it like I was. Like if you look back at my old videos, I was really obsessed with the scale and like what's going on, you know? So I like that I've gotten out of that cycle. You know, one day I literally prayed to God and I said, God, like I don't want this to be how it is. Like I want to enjoy what I'm eating. I want to enjoy the keto process. I want to just live my life and lose weight while I'm just going about my business. And that's what's happening. I feel like he really helped with my anxiety and my worries. I'm gonna do my eyebrows next. Anastasia Perfect Brow Pencil in dark brown, that's my color. Like, it's pretty insane how many resources are at our fingertips. Like I told him this, I was like, cause he loves cooking with the crock pot. You literally go onto Pinterest and there's a million recipes on cooking with whatever you're cooking with in a crock pot, like millions of crock pot keto recipes. It's pretty insane, you guys. Like, I just told him, I was like, you can find whatever you want to find on Pinterest for sure. Whatever you're craving, there's probably an alternative. You know, like one day I was craving, I think they call it pigs in a blanket, but like basically dough wrapped around a hot dog or a mini dog. And I love those with like mustard. Like, those are like my favorite things. I used to buy those like frozen all the time at Walmart. And I found a way to make it keto friendly. Like, I made my own dough from almond flour. And you just do that. You just find alternatives to things that you enjoy, because that's how you keep going. You know what I mean? You have to be creative. And yes, some of them don't taste like the original, but at least you know what you're putting in your mouth is giving you a little bit of satisfaction, and it's also not ruining your hard work. There have been times, and I told you guys I would always be honest with you, it's been happening on either a Friday or a Saturday, one day usually of the week, from this past week and the week before, where I've had popcorn or I've had a mozzarella stick. Like, I'm just being completely honest with you. Like, I've gotten to that point where I'm like, okay, like, I'm still doing this, I'm still motivated, but I also, like, I don't know, if I want it, I'm gonna have a little bit of it. And then I've noticed myself eating in moderation. So, like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I won't eat the larges. You know what I mean? Like, I had, like, on a Friday, I was just telling Sam, like, we went shopping at Walmart. And I was telling Sam, oh my gosh, I really want, you know, McDonald's hot French fries. And normally I would go, like, if I was having a cheat day, like in the past, I would go and I would get like a large and maybe get some chicken nuggets. But now when we went, I got a small, you guys. I got a small and I ate them all. Like, I literally had to share them with Sam because I was like, okay, I'm getting full. Which has never happened to me in the past. So I think it's like, it's about experimenting, figuring out what works for you. You know what I mean? Because it is a forever lifestyle. I chose this to be my guide. Let's just put it that way. Keto is my guide to a better way of eating. Going to New Orleans, I already said I'm gonna have a beignet. I'm gonna have a beignet because that's like what, you know, Louisiana is known for. So I already know, but I'm gonna have a beignet, maybe a black coffee, and then maybe I'll just have salad. You know what I mean? It's all about figuring out balancing. That's what it's about, balancing. So anyways, my battery's about to die. I hope you guys got something from this talk. If you guys like these get ready with me's, let me know. I will see you guys in my next video. All right, bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.